Hi there, my name is Dave Dorsett. I'm a local Chicago guitarist and teacher and wanted to give you some background and details about the ways I like to teach. I teach all styles except classical, so I have people working on rock, pop, funk, blues, jazz, country, fingerstyle, just a whole big variety of different types of music. I will take people of all ages. I have had kids, and I've got a kid who's 6 now, which is pretty wild to try to get something accomplished with a child that small, just physically. But I like kids very much on a personal level and can make some headway. I've had retirees up to age 80 who do it as a hobby, and I have enjoyed them personally very much too, and been able to help them play some of the stuff that they like. Having said that, most of my students are adults who are either serious hobbyists or already play professionally. But I will accept anyone, and I do really value a good attitude when a student comes in and really shows me they love music and want to progress on the instrument. And we'll put in at least a little bit of time practicing. That's the key to the whole thing anyway. So, different levels, different ages, different styles. I mentioned some of my students already play, or students that I have had play at a professional level. I think when it comes to looking for a teacher, for you guys to also be aware of the level and extent of professional playing experience your teacher has had, I think it's a pretty good thing. Especially if the range of experience has been broad, stylistically, different situations. It just gives us as teachers that much more fodder to help to give us insight into different ways to help you all come along with what you're working on. And I've talked to enough students who have told me either their previous teacher or teachers were basically pretty decent teachers but hadn't played professionally, and there were limitations there to what they knew and understood. Conversely, I've heard students tell a lot of stories about players who were really good players, but they just couldn't get the ideas across. They couldn't convey the material very well. I customize for students' desires to learn different kinds of tunes. After all, this is about getting you guys to play what you like to play, stylistically, tune-wise, band-wise. Maybe you want to improvise, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to do some bunch of finger picking. Maybe this person could care less about that. So I like customizing the lessons, which is also something I think fairly unique to offer. When I studied, teachers would run you typically through, if not a cookie cutter thing, they had their stuff that they wanted everyone to learn. And I really find it's much better to be flexible, see what your goals are, and figure out the best way to help you achieve your goals. Examples of things that I do work on, I might have mentioned: technique, improvisation, learning how to solo in these different styles, rhythm, maybe your rhythm is strong, maybe it needs some work. Ear training is huge for me. I think that's the key to so much playing expressively, is to have your ears kind of lead the way. You can figure out tunes, you can improvise, it just has 1,000,001 benefits. Examples of stuff I've worked on recently: Albert King's Born Under a Bad Sign, Urban Blues, Clapton solo to Sunshine of Your Love, Harrison solo to Let It Be, a bunch of John Mayer, really interesting finger picking stuff, fingerstyle stuff. The tune Home, Philip Phillips, some different indie band things that people will bring in. Yesterday by the Beatles, I finally sat down with what McCartney initially did on the acoustic to accompany himself. James Taylor, Albert Lee, some really serious country playing, Telecaster lead playing that was really interesting. I transcribed a bunch of that for a student. People like sometimes acoustic only or fingerstyle stuff. Travis picking, Landslide, Fleetwood Mac, The Boxer, Paul Simon. Or more recent stuff, that tune Home. That's just a basic, kind of a modified little Travis thing. It's a picking approach, finger picking approach. So anyway, I would love to get together and see what you're up to and show you a roadmap of things we can work on to help you achieve your goals. I've had a lot of students who played for a long time and then hit a roadblock. I mean, that's true of all of us. That's been true of me too. You'll make some progress and you'll either plateau off or hit a roadblock. And how do you get through that? You know, part of it is inspiration. Part of it is knowing what to work on and how to practice. I've had students, and still do, who take the group lessons at School of Rock or Old Town School, and they come to me either simultaneously so we can find some good stuff they can learn and incorporate into their sessions, their band sessions at those places. I've had students study group lessons and then realized it really was a dead end at some point because the teacher can't give you much time to see what you're up to. So anyway, be good to hear from you. Get together and get started. Feel free to give me a call or an email. The contact information is on the site. I look forward to meeting you. Thanks for listening.